So why have I changed as far as not being MAGA anymore? Well, of course I want to make America great. Let's get that straight. But I'm not for Trump or anybody anymore at this point. What has made me change? Gee, I don't know. The mRNA shots and the promoting Pfizer when they should be in prison. And also who he's aligning himself up with. Everything is Israel, putting Israel first. Why? Why not America first? I'm sick of it. And now, if you talk bad against Israel, they come after you with fines and all kinds of crap. So he's put Israel first. It's who he's aligning with. I mean, let's face it. This AI stuff, and the AI vaccines, and it's just everything. I mean, everything that you look at. Also, what do they say? If you know anything about the Bible, as soon as you hear about peace, world peace, what happens? What happens? Sudden destruction? Listen, too much. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. And believe me, I was there. I fought with, I can't tell you how many people I fought with over Trump because I was with him all the way. But at a certain point, you have to look at stuff and you have to say, this is not right. This is just not right. My spirit is screaming to me. My discernment is screaming to me. And I'm not happy. I'm not. Because it's not about me. It's nothing about me. I'll be gone. I mean, I'm not well to begin with, and I don't see myself having too much longer. But it's all the children, their future, my grandchildren, my grandchild. I only have one grandchild, my grandson. But to think about all these beautiful children, what kind of future are they going to have? Nothing is stopping the New World Order. Nothing. And as far as these 15-minute cities, you better believe it's going to happen. Everything is going, we're going to all be pushed into 15-minute cities. They tell you ahead of time what they're going to do. They tell you they're going to take the properties away. I mean, it's a guarantee. You know, enjoy your freedom all you can because it's not going to last much longer. And as far as the government shutdown, there's no end in sight. There's no end in sight. There's a lot of shit that's happening. Trust me. Well, don't trust me. Don't. Whatever. Do your own research. Look into the Book of Enoch. Start searching from the beginning of times. And you will see, yes, different beings, different people, different whatever. Same spirits. Same everything. Nimrod wanted the New World Order. He wanted a one world order. And guess what? What do you think? Even the Freemasons, Gilgamesh, Nimrod, same thing, same spirit. So it's all part of the same thing. The New World Order is ran by the devil, the Antichrist, the beast system. And if you still think, oh, you know, this lady, she's off her rocker. Well, whatever. Think what you want. My soul's prepared. Trust me. And for those who always complain, about the Democrats being stubborn, this and that. Well, you know what? MAGA is too. They really are. They don't want to hear anything other than what they believe in. It's both sides. I'm so over sides, period. I don't stand with anybody except God.
Is it a Christian conservative wife and mother, I don't think I can support Donald Trump anymore. I thought he was going to make our lives easier, and I can't think of anything that he's done that actually has made my life easier. In fact, it's gotten harder. Groceries are more expensive. It costs twice as much now for me to put cheeses in my 7 kids' lunch boxes. He's giving all this money to Argentina? What happened to America first? The 2 wars he said he was going to end, he still hasn't. We're still giving money to them. Like the immigration thing. And he just said he was going to deport the criminals, and they're deporting people who've been here for 20 years and haven't done anything wrong. Don't even get me started on the Epstein files. He said he was going to release them, and now he's just making all these excuses and saying they don't even exist and they're just a Democrat hoax? Come on. He said he was going to release them, and who would have thought a reality TV star would just lie to us like that? I also think he probably is the Antichrist. I mean, look at Revelations 13:3. He also doesn't think he's going to go to heaven, so. Anyways, what do you guys think of my Halloween costume? Was it believable?
I do not support Donald Trump anymore. You know, I hate world peace. I hate the fact that the crypto market's booming. I hate the fact that the stock market's booming. I hate the fact that he's trying to save TikTok. Like, I hate all the good things he's doing because it's Donald Trump. Like, that's what you fucking morons sound like. Like, that shit makes no fucking sense. He's done nothing fucking but good shit since he won the election. And I'll go out and say it right now. He's done more in the last month and a half than Joe Biden has done in the last 4 fucking years. And you crybabies will sit on here and bitch about it all fucking day. I cannot wait for the next 4 years. This shit is about to be fucking amazing.
Hey, yo. A lot of people ask me, do you support President Trump? Friends, family, I don't support President Trump. I'm pro-conservative. I have a lot of conservative values, so I'm definitely pro-conservative. As it relates to the Republicans, I'm mostly for what the Republicans represent. Probably 97% of what they represent. But as it relates to President Trump, do I support President Trump? I don't support President Trump. Not alone.
I'm not a person that is normally conflicted. I think I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of depth, a lot of sources, a lot of context. And when I do get conflicted on something, I just have to go to God with it and pray about it a lot. And then go to that place that King David talked about, the quiet place, the Most High. And then I'm going to make my decision. And I mean, if God tells me tonight, I'll make my decision. But I am seriously inches away from not supporting Trump anymore. Because I am not going to watch him commit political suicide.
All right, it's time. I need to do this.
I used to be a Trump supporter.
A red hat wearing, Trump rally attending, and not only that, I was a gay Trump supporter.
I mean, just for the record, I'm actually still gay.
So I know that there's a lot of questions. I have questions too.
And the first thing that I want to acknowledge here is that I'm not really, mad at myself for going through the journey that I've been through.
I think that I actually represent a lot of Americans who got caught up in this huge craze, and we've come out on the other side of it, and we're just thinking, what the hell did I get caught up in?
So there's a lot of components to this journey that I've been on.
I'm going to give you the top 3 things that caused me to really start questioning things.
The first really big thing that caused me to start questioning things was the election fraud claims.
Now, I'm sure many of you will remember the scene where we had Trump's legal team basically standing in front of us all, telling us how they had earth-shattering election fraud claims, and we can even remember Rudy Giuliani's awkward hair dye sweating moments.
And I was listening to these claims, believing all of them. I was getting emails once an hour, maybe twice an hour sometimes, requesting money for the Trump Election Defense Fund.
I think I gave $20, $25. I did give some.
And I mean, I couldn't get off of these email lists to save my life at the end. But we were promised that this crazy evidence was going to come out that would shake this country to its core. And guess what? It never really did. The second really big thing that caused me to start questioning things were the wacky vaccine claims that I was hearing. Really wacky claims. So on one hand, you had Trump taking credit for the vaccinations for COVID that had came out, and basically considering these vaccines an accomplishment of his administration. Getting vaccines out that can potentially be life-saving is a good thing. I would think that that's a good thing. But not to apparently a lot of people who were anti-vaxxers. I had friends start making these really weird claims. The vaccines would kill people within 3 years. They were made out of snake venom. All of a sudden, people just started becoming really unhinged. And on one hand, you had Trump contributing the vaccine accomplishment to his administration, but at the same time, so many of his supporters looking at these vaccines like they were basically the mark of the beast. And so I was basically thinking, wait a minute, if Trump came out with these vaccines and is taking credit for this accomplishment, but you're saying that these vaccines are evil and will kill people and is basically a secret government genocide operation, then that would make Trump an evil, sinister person. The narrative doesn't make sense. You can only have one or the other. The third thing that really started to annoy me was how these talking points of individual freedom, personal liberty, those were really only being used where people thought that it was best for others. See, the right had us thinking that it was really only the left that was pushing for a nanny state, that it was really only the left that wanted all of these for your own good rules. But then all of a sudden, when you get into things like cannabis legalization, other things like that, oh no, we can't have that. That's no. And I'm speaking to you from the perspective of a New Hampshireite, where our actual state motto is live free or die. Again, this has been a really complex journey for me, but I think it's a journey that me and several other Americans have been on, where we got caught up in this huge kind of cult thing, and now we're just on the other side of it. And I'm not mad at myself. I don't think that anyone can be mad at somebody for being where they were, and now here's where we are. And I just want to start talking about it more. So these are 3 things that definitely made me stop supporting Trump. The first thing that really made me stop supporting Trump was the election fraud claims. Here we were all expecting this landslide win. All of us were wearing our Trump gear. We were proudly going to the voting booth to cast our vote. And things didn't go quite the way that we all thought they would go. But we were all in Trump's cult. We believed everything Trump told us. Trump was saying that there was election fraud and that he won the election, so we went with that. Who could forget the press conference with Rudy Giuliani with hair dye streaming down the side of his face, claiming that they had election fraud evidence that was going to shake the country to its core, and I was waiting to see it. I even gave Trump $20 to go towards his election defense fund. And we were getting emails hourly. I was getting phone calls, nonstop requests for money, waiting for the evidence, and guess what? It never really came. The next thing that made me stop supporting Trump: wacky conspiracy theories. It really started with many wacky vaccine claims from many of his followers during COVID. On one hand, you had Trump taking credit for the vaccine like he was a saint. On the other hand, you had many of his followers telling us that the vaccine was the mark of the beast. And then after January 6th, forget it. Any story that you could think of, let's just go with it. People saying that on Inauguration Day, Trump was going to implement the emergency broadcast system. That Joe Biden is somebody else wearing a face mask. That Hillary Clinton was brought up to Greenland for trial. That Donald Trump still actually is president. It all got so sloppy with the conspiracy theories, and what concerned me even more was that rather than have these wacky theories dismissed as pure insanity, they seemed to be embraced. The third and most important reason was the awareness that I had finally developed on very important issues like racial inequality,
gender inequality, LGBTQ plus inequality, and lots of other issues that, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I was very ignorant on those topics in the past. In the past, if you had brought up gender pay gaps to me or white privilege, I would have instantly, in my fragility, shut the conversation right down. And so I'm really thankful for the friends who stuck by me and, even after my crazy Trump cult days, were willing to have conversations with me and help educate me on these very, very important issues. I am very glad to now be on the right side of the fight for equality for all. I know some of you are going to watch this and ask me what the hell I was thinking. I ask myself that almost daily, but I wanted to at least give you 3 key reasons that caused me to stop supporting Trump.